was looking at something in First King 19, chapter 19, starting at verse 13. It says, "So it was when Elijah heard that he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood in the entrance of the cave. Suddenly a voice came to him and said, 'What are you doing here, Elijah?' And he said, 'I have been very zealous for the Lord God of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, torn down your altar, and killed your prophets with the sword. I alone, and I alone, I alone am left, and they seek to take my life.' Then the Lord said, 'Go to him. Go return on your way to the wilderness of Damascus. And when you arrive, anoint Hazael as king over Syria.'" I was thinking about how we, it's like we too often forget who we is and who we are. And it's like, it's like the games, it's like slavery was a game. They was in the wilderness only 40 years, 40 nights. That's like a game. It's like um, the Pharaoh situation, being enslaved with the Pharaoh. That's a game. It's like all these is games. And it's a game to get us out, to get ourselves out of slavery. How long will you keep playing the game to keep you in slavery? And I was thinking about God when he was like, I was living on earth once before. And that shocked me when I heard that. I was like, you was living on earth once before. I ain't get it. I get it now though. I take it God had a body here. You know, and that's what God is reviving, this body. And it must have been some kind of deal or something, ancient times ago. I could tell by the way they talking these old chapters, they was able to go to Elijah, they was able to go to the Lord, they was able to talk to God more than too often, frequently, and they knew where to go. So obviously God had a throne on earth. Obviously. It's just too many chapters to talk about it. And it's like, that's what possibly could take 3 lifetimes too. That, or that light situation. I've been really trying to figure out what in the world could take 3 lifetimes. And I just still ain't got it. Every time I think I got it, I ain't got it. But anyway, so I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, well, I was listening to the messages and stuff, and they still fall off. Well, one person ain't off, one person's still good. And maybe she just in a different caliber or something to where she could speak on it. But mostly everybody else, it's like you talking about an artificial me. You're talking about somebody else, not me. And I'm sure they know this. And at this time, I feel like it's just for protection reasons. Or it's just because this deal is still going. Whatever my ex did is because of that right there. It's like, maybe, maybe. It really don't matter, but I'm saying it's kind of irritating to get messages stowed all the way off. But I'm going here to go. I'm saying that to go here. I was just reading or listening to the Astro how they was talking about how everybody chose the foot over. I don't know what this means. The foot over basically God. That's what they saying in the Astro. I don't know. I somewhat know what it means, but I'm gonna act like I don't know what it means. But it ain't for me to have no feelings or emotion about it. It's for y'all to think about, especially my people. I told y'all in the beginning of this, I said, my people bad about sacrificing exotic men for display men, and it's only been in this generation. That ain't never been known to do that before because people know this. This in every other nationality, but it's bad in our nationality. It's real bad to the point where you'll sacrifice. I seen people do it. Sacrifice exotic men and give what belonged to the exotic man to the display man, and the display man don't even want it because it's work that come with that. And the display man don't even want it. Y'all be on hands and knees for these guys. They don't even want nothing you giving them. But I don't know what they're saying in the Astro. It's just something. If this is what they're saying, I'm going to go ahead and explain it since I can care less about what y'all got going on out there because I ain't seen nobody do right since I've been on this earth. So I'm going to just let you know. That's how I feel about it. I could be wrong. But it's like, they were like, over there they saying sadness in the Astro. They punctured something. They pierced something. I look at Pierce like piercing Jesus in the side. That last pierce that actually killed Jesus. And they were like counting something, the punchers. See, this is a shirt I got on. You see what I'm saying? Like if Jesus came in like a thief in the night, y'all still hell bent on what you reading. That Bible was written like that, so we will be lured into reading it even more. But the reality of things is, it could be a lot simpler than we think. It could be when Jesus come on the clouds. It could be our cloud, you know. It could be. I'm just saying it could be. All right, and it could be literal. All right, and thief in the night. That could be the sex round, cause people sleeping when they in that sex round. You think people ain't looking, but they looking. If you are in my tree, you got a satellite molecule on you. So somebody watching you all the time regardless. You've been getting watched since you was a child. By humans, I'm talking about in the physical. Somebody always watching you. So, uh, uh, what was I getting at? So I'm just looking like, what was I saying? Yeah. So in the Astro, they were like, this is this, this vessel. It wasn't two vessels chosen to do this, and I was one of them. And we done it for a particular reason. Anyway, they put a shirt. The tension is not just held back from the witches and warlocks. The tension is also held back by God itself. To this mission is done with. You should have known that by well, you probably wouldn't because all the magic I was doing. But anyway, it's a shirt. This skin is a shirt. It's a temporary shirt, and it's meant to attract real love and it's meant to run away fake love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all must understand this stuff. Okay, now coming into a thief of a night, wouldn't that mean Jesus coming straight into the sex realm? I mean, somewhat. Sex realm is the night. And they said it's a lot of punchers. They were crying in the Astro, talking about how many punchers was it. It must. Let's just say this. Let's say it was a bet on how to begin, how Revelation would begin and start. And let's say it was a bet. Well, we're gonna say Jesus dying out as an exotic man, and we're gonna line up these queens to come to him, and they put his forest on display, and they got you all the baddest angles in the world, and they ran all y'all away. And I know, 'cause I tapped into some of y'all energy. Not like through that test, but I could tap into energy without that test. But it's just through that test, I can see deeper. You know what I'm saying? But I can tap into anybody's energy. And I tapped in some celebrities' energy. And you want to act like you love your lover when y'all was playing them games. But you needed me to, not just celebrity energy, but just random people energy. But when you was doing all that, playing them games with that angle stuff and that magic and that tuck roll crap y'all got going on and all that, just all that mess. You thought everything was funny, but you must look at it like this. And then you were like, oh no, honey, I got a man. Yeah, I got a man, honey. And what you were like in the Astro, I really wouldn't know. I just seen all this. But the thing about it is, okay, now let's look at this. Jesus coming like a thief in the night. I'm talking to you stadium folk. Obviously, it ain't getting out. I could tell my messages ain't getting out somewhat by the way this twin send me messages and they so throwed off. And I know she wouldn't do that purposely. Or maybe she would, I don't know. But one person messages ain't throwed off. Everybody else's messages is though. So I just figured it must have been ringing. But anyway. So Jesus come here, a thief in the night. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, in y'all mind, thief in the night, he come, baby, he gonna come, and we gonna be asleep, we just gonna disappear. You know? A thief in the night. That's a straight up riddle, obviously. A thief in the night. Night can easily be sex round, and thief can easily be a person that don't typically fit the sex round. I said something then, boy. Their attitude don't fit the sex round. Their looks don't fit the sex round. Why are they in the sex round? Wouldn't that be a thief in the sex round? Thief in the night. So it's like, now they over there talking. I'm trying to say all this, say what they talking about this morning, y'all. They over there talking, hear them over there talking, saying, they crying, people crying, saying, they punctured. Oh, or they punctured God, what they say, they punctured. It's something like God or the Lord or something like that. I can't remember what it is. They punctured it so many times for the foot. They punctured it and something for the foot. So you can just take it. That's why I explained all that. That's all I heard. I should have kept listening before I got on here though. They punctured it and they did something else for the foot. Just imagine that though. Just imagine if it's what I think it is. I guess y'all thinking the same thing. Like what else they could be talking about? It's like they punctured and they basically sold like kept swapping everything for the foot. Imagine that, boy. Just imagine that. Cause God got control of it. It's all in God's hands. And we all know now that the male body is a base, is a wall. The forest is a base, is a wall. And it's what you call it. So what it is a base. This base and this wall can go up or down. When this base and it's like a I don't want to say intestine, but it's like a rope that go around your waist. This rope is about like a ribbon. It's just let's just call it a ribbon. But I think they call it a ribbon for the woman. All of them the same size, y'all. It's this base and this wall. The problem is a lot of it's spiritual. So it's like this wall drops. When this wall drops, this base comes up and it rolls and tucks and rolls your the man, what you call it. So if a child is on a mission from God, just look at what I'm listening to what I'm telling you. You gotta really pay attention to get out your human stuff. My people anyway, because we don't want doing it really to the most. With the exception of other nationalities losing a few of their own, they'll keep us in that game like this. But I'm telling my people, I want to explain it in detail because you keep goofing off and you were willing to sacrifice Jesus Christ again for something that was totally irrelevant. So I'm finna get in your asses. So anyway, even if it was a movie, irrelevant. So they tuck and roll the thing. So when you tuck and roll this thing, it squeezes that vein, that I want to call it a vein, but it's like intestine. It's like a rope, a ribbon. It squeezes that ribbon and it cuts off the oxygen to that ribbon. A doctor, a physical doctor can't even fix that. That's why they don't work on it. And they know this. And it squeezes that ribbon. It cuts the oxygen and the blood flow off to that ribbon. That's where the weight loses its weight from. And then that wall either comes down over and that base either comes up over. Either way it goes. That's why sometimes when you run in the exercise, it draws up or something like that. And that's, or you do upper drugs, or you do what's the drug they like to use? People who bodybuilders, I forgot what they call it. But that drug, that's why it does all that, because it's messing with the base. It's either messing with the base or the wall. They all the same side though. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. It's like, man, so it's like you sat here and you just imagine that the heavens is talking like this. Just imagine it. I know my body ain't like this. I already knew when God had that near-death experience, I already knew all this. My body ain't like this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wanted to be a P star when I was in my teenage years. So I already knew something different was going on. So obviously, God took over the vessel and came like I'm just saying, let's just say it came like a thief in the night. And that's why I'm sitting in here doing stuff. So I ain't doing nothing because of none of y'all out there. I mean, I done been unalive. My birth certificate done been swapped up. Y'all swapping my network and giving it to somebody else. And you probably have to do that because somebody unalived me. And then you probably went on here and gave all the energy and the lovers to that person that you swapped me out with. And then somebody destined to swap with me. I ain't got no reason to be trying. None. So for me to be trying, obviously it gotta be something spiritual. Cause it ain't no guarantee that I'm gonna get nothing. And that's why I don't like the twin messages, cause she always be like, you getting this, and they call you, and I don't get no calls, I don't get no email, no mail, no physical mail, no tangible mail, no social mail, no none of that. I get a ding ding and can't even see it coming. The only thing I get is messages from y'all that y'all leave to me off of YouTube, straight from YouTube to my phone, that's it. I don't even get a phone call. I don't get no text messages. I don't get none of that. So, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't been getting it for almost 7 years now. But let's look at this like I said. Let's look at this like I said. They got this thing. That's how it works. So a person like that ain't got no business being in the night, which I would say the sex round. So if that person goes into the sex round and strip himself naked, say, all right, baby, let's go. Y'all gonna laugh at him, pick at him, talk about him, treat him like dog shit, right? Especially my people. So that would be a thief in the night. And copy that look and give it to your doppelganger. But let me tell you something out there. This is something we all need to start paying attention to. And that's what they're saying. That's what made me upset. It didn't make me upset. It got me in my emotion. They pierced. I wish I could remember what they said. They pierced and they punctured so many times over a foot. And it's like the heavens cried. It's like, you know, I know y'all know, because 6 years ago, somebody said, they want us to sacrifice Jesus Christ. I ain't even gonna, and this seemed like everybody participated in it. And then laughed at it because he didn't fit the description. Let me tell you something. Anything that's of God and of Jesus is better than anything y'all got over here, period, point blank. And y'all cracking jokes, looking like fishes out there, talking about what you would do if you was in the situation, then talking about the people who decided to be loose. I'm telling you, y'all finna find out, see a different ending in the story. Because like I said, God is detention. That's why doctors won't fix that part, because it's more spiritual. And that's why people can do magic to do it, to make it tuck and roll, because they know it's spiritual. But God is detention. It ain't gonna end like y'all think it is, bro. And I ain't talking about just for that department. I'm talking about there was a lot of raptures in that situation. That's what I feel. It's men right now going through different. It's men right now